Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jay, and if you like to sing like me, then this the place to be. Y'all, I got another story time for y'all. This one is about her brother getting handled, I would say. Okay, it is what it is. Let's listen and see what she had to say.
Truly, you've turned my worst into the best part of me.
Okay, y'all. So it's titled "My Brother Story Time." Let's see what she what. Let's see. Let's just see what she getting into, y'all. Let's get it.
Never going to give you a story time. It's up to me to give a story time. So this is actually my brother's story. My mom transferred my brother and I from Detroit Public Schools, and when she transferred us to a different city, and we went to a different school district. So when we got to the school, we noticed that there was a lot of nitpicking, things that we just didn't tolerate, especially because we're from where we're from. So because my mom is an educator, and she has been for over 35 plus years, she really pushed for my brother and I to avoid any kind of conflict or altercation.
Okay.
So there was this boy who just would not leave my brother alone. And one day my brother was like, I'm about to just give him what he been asking for. So he ended up, him and the boy were about to go at it. But this man, he said this man came out of nowhere. And he stepped in. And he was just like, hey, come here. Pulled my brother to the side. My brother was like, yes. And he was just like, that boy just jealous. He's angry. He said, look at you. You got them nice clothes on. You got them nice shoes on. He said, that boy, he said, he don't have nothing. And so my brother was like, so? And so the man looked at him and he said, you better than that. So my brother was just like, he said, I'm sorry. I understand. Yes, sir. So the man was like,
You're more than someone who's upset at me for something they don't have. Like, are you serious? Are you kidding me?
well, he said, I don't know what you expect me to tell you. He said, but it seemed like you want me to tell you something. My brother was like, well, yeah, what am I supposed to do? He said, just let him keep messing with me. So the man was just like, you know what to do. When the man said that, he looked back at my brother and walked away. He left the situation alone.
What you mean I know what to do because I was about to do what I was about to do. And then you came and stopped me.
And he continued doing what he was doing. He was a janitor. So my brother said that he looked down at his shoes and he said his shoes, it just started like, it lit up, like take them off. So he said he
Okay.
took the shoes off and he put the shoes in the boy's locker, the one that he was about to fight. And when he put those shoes in that boy's locker, he took his gym shoes, that he wore in gym, and he wore those home. And when he got home, he didn't tell my mom anything about what had just happened at school.
Okay.
But my mom had just noticed, he said a little bit of time went by, and my mom noticed that he wasn't wearing the shoes.
Right.
And so my mom was like, hey, I noticed that you ain't wear those shoes, them, $200 Jordans that you begged for, so where are they?
Right.
So he was like, oh, you're going to be mad. I don't want you mad. She said, what am I going to be mad about? He's like, I gave them away. And she was like, you gave them away? He was like, yeah. She was like, to who? And so he said the name. And she's like, ain't that the same boy you've been having a problem out of? Like, why did you give your shoes to him?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, he needed them. And she said, so what make you think he needed your shoes more than you needed your shoes? And so he was like, well, he had a hole at the bottom of his shoes. And so my mom was just like, oh, okay. So she went up to my brother's school, and I went with her. I do remember that. And when we got there to the school, my mom, she did go up there, but she didn't go up there to make a fuss about the shoes. She went up there to get the boy's sizes so that she can get him some stuff.
Hey, Mom.
So when she got up there,
Yes.
she wanted to thank the man that stepped in to, talk some sense into my brother.
You want to know where we
And so
from?
they were just like, oh, okay, well, what man was it, Richard? So my brother described him like, oh, the janitor, the one that be over on the, this area and whatever. Like he describing the area to him.
Right.
And the woman was just like, so she called the janitor down. And my brother looked at him and he was like, that's not the janitor. That's not. She was like, well, this is the only one we have at the time. We haven't hired anybody else yet. So he was just like, no, what about, the one that was here yesterday? She said there wasn't a janitor here yesterday. So, of course, my brother was just like, oh, okay. He was like, that's weird, even though I know it was.
Okay.
So we
Come on,
get home,
God.
and my brother, at this time, we were living in a condo. So we pull up to the condo, and at this time, my brother, he's still thinking like way too hard. He thinking real hard about who that man was that
Right.
talked sense into him
Right.
that day. And so we get out the car, and he's like, oh my. He said, look, that's a janitor. He live over here. He our neighbor. So my mom was just like, she said, call him over here. When she called him over, she was like, thank you. You work at my son's school. And the man was just like, yeah. And he just smiled the entire time my mom was talking to him. And so my mom was just like, yeah, so she said, I just wanted to thank you for that. That's all. I didn't want anything else. So the man walks off, and she sees him walk like a little further down to the next area of condos. And so she was like, I'm going to send him a thank you card. So she walks down there, and she saw him walk into the condo, right? So she's thinking he's probably a family member of the lady that lives there. So she goes up there and she said, hey, I wanted to, give the fella who lives here with you a thank you card. And so the woman was just like, I live alone. My mom was just like, okay. So she hurried up and walked away. She didn't want to freak the lady out.
Right.
So, when God wants you to bless somebody, he'll make you bless them.
He sure will. He gonna always make a way. That's a remarkable tale, story, because baby, that would have freaked me out like so bad. Cause who is this? Let's see if this the part two.
Okay, you guys. So this is part 2 to the previous story. So I do want to touch on a few comments that I got. People were saying, oh, your brother just let him punk him out of his shoes. He just gave it to him. So I do want to say this. My baby brother, boxer, football player, wrestler, a Detroit native. You have got to know, by me saying those things there, that young man would not have gotten those shoes unless my brother wanted him to have those shoes.
And that's on everything.
Because God-fearing, yes.
Mm,
A punk? No.
absolutely not.
Mama ain't raised no punks.
Far from it.
And we ain't got all these cousins for no reason. Okay? So I'm going to just say, you have to love on people. And my brother gave that young man those shoes because he knew he needed them. And the young man was so appreciative. When my mother called him down to the office and she met him, he just cried. He cried. Me and my brother stepped away while my mom talked to him, and his parents ended up coming there. My mom stayed there all day just to meet his parents.
That's crazy.
And she said, come on, I'm going to take y'all grocery shopping. Not only did she take them grocery shopping, she took them clothing shopping, shoe shopping. See, when you really help somebody,
Yeah,
it's not just about it coming back to you. It makes you feel good.
absolutely.
You feel great when you're loving on somebody, when you're pouring love into someone else.
For sure.
So keep in mind
Yeah.
how important it is.
That's my love language, is giving. I love just giving. My daughter told me the other day that I'm a generous giver. And it does make you feel good. It brightens my spirit, for me at least. I love just giving to my friends and to my family, the family that I created, and my nephew and niece. But it's just something about paying it forward in a sense that, and I don't expect nothing in return. When I give people stuff, I don't give it to them for them to turn around and have to give me something back, or else I wouldn't do it. Like that's not the purpose of me giving you something. Is for you to give me something in return. I just genuinely love gifting.
Is to help one another. This is serious because in these days and times we all need help because it's hard for everybody.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so it wasn't a part two, you guys. It wasn't a part two to that. But leave it down in the comments how y'all what y'all think about that story. I thought it was an amazing story. To give someone the shoes off your feet. I don't know how young he was when this happened. But that's great. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing. And then for the mother to step in and be like, um, let me go meet this little dude. Let me meet this boy and his mama. And then to take them to get them things is just awesome. You know what I'm saying? We need more people in the world like that. Not just to give, but to love on others. That'll probably make this world a better place. Hello. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Share my videos, you guys. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
You've turned my worst into the best part.